I posted that you guys should ask me questions. Even though I was expecting personal, juicy questions like, how old are you? Where are you from? What is your name? I was expecting those questions, but all the questions I got mainly were nursing related, but it's not anybody's fault. It's because what my channel is about is mainly nursing abroad, and sometimes I still share other things that you probably are not interested in, but I still share it anyway. So I posted the request for you guys to ask me questions, and you did a good job. I got a lot of questions. I'm going to try to cover all the questions today in this video, and please stay tuned in case your question is being answered. This may answer some of the questions you always send me. I advise you to stay tuned and watch to the end. Like, subscribe, please. I'm going to be showing you. Look, I got a lot. I don't know if you can see my screen. You asked a lot of questions. I'll try to cover all the questions in this video. I've got it on my phone, so please, I'm going to be looking down on my phone. The first person said, how do you handle it when one spouse find a better opportunity in the UK while another has a good career here in Africa? How do you deal with the compromise? What are the drawbacks of deciding not to relocate with your spouse? That is one part of the question. So I'm going to start with, how do you handle having a partner who has a very good career? That is why you need to talk through this. It is not a very easy thing to do. It is not easy because I've moved twice to Dubai and to the UK, and both times I had a little bit of setback going forward because my husband during the both period did not want to actually move automatically because of the fear of will he get a good job where he was going. And when we got to Dubai, he got a very, very good job. I was also working as a nurse in Dubai, so we were doing fine, but because of the family, because of our children and all the environment in Dubai, if you've been to Dubai, you know what I'm talking about. It is not family friendly, so we had to move again and we had to make another sacrifice. And my husband also was very, like, if you've seen the video I made about how my visas were rejected because my husband refused to come to the UK, he felt he was doing very fine. Even in Nigeria, he didn't want to come initially. It's a long story. I had to get him a proper job in Dubai before he came over. And coming to the UK also, he did not want to just move because he was afraid of the job he was going to get, if he was not going to get a good job. But after the visas were refused, he knew at that point, it's either I come back home or he joins me. There's no other way I'm going to get the children over here without him coming. So he had to come, and so far so good. Like he said in the video, he has not regretted one bit. So it is something both of you will need to talk through, and you really need to sit down. You cannot fight over these things. It cannot be something you just decide to take your bag and go, because you're going to break your home and you're going to lose custody of your child or of your children. So you need to sit down and talk through this. I know of a family, one of my colleagues, she's been in the UK for like going to 4 years now, and her husband is still back home. She's with the 2 children here in the UK, and the husband just keeps saying he cannot come here. He's a good businessman in Africa. They're making it work. They're making it work. They're practicing long distance relationship. He comes in occasionally when he wants to. So you need to talk through this. It's either you decide that you are not going to be with your partner for a very long time, you're going to practice a long distance relationship, or one of you will have to compromise. Either you go back to him or he will come back to you, or vice versa if it's the female. It is a very difficult topic. It is not something I can decide for your home. Think of what is best for you, for your children, and your marriage in general. So it depends on what works for you. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. Especially if your partner is refusing to come to the UK, you just need to make sure you walk through these things, talk about it, and just figure out how it's going to be best for you. I cannot really tell you what to do. What are the drawbacks of deciding not to relocate with your spouse? The drawback is your children will not have especially if you have children, they will not have the presence of both parents in their life, and they may not understand why you have to sacrifice your marriage or your husband to come abroad, or your wife to come abroad, and the other person is not there. They may be asking you, why is my father not there? Why is my mother not there? So the children may suffer you not being together. Another thing is, whoever is with the children will definitely suffer the issue of raising the children, taking care of the children, doing all, what is involved. If you don't have children yet, being lonely, you're going to be lonely. You're going to be lonely. Especially the person who is abroad, you're going to be more lonely. The person who is back home, you still have your social support, you still have your family with you, you still have a lot of other supports, really. But someone who is abroad, that person abroad is going to be lonely And I think that's the main issue. And you're not on the same ground. If one partner is definitely permanently abroad, the other one is permanently at home, you're not on the same page. Do you intend to stay in the UK forever, or you would love to retire back in Nigeria? That is what I've discussed with my husband, and we've been thinking about this. I've come to the point that I'm not sure. I would like to go back home, especially because it's just a very easy life back home. And when you're no longer working in the UK, of course, by then, hopefully I've invested. We have some investment in Nigeria, so we have something to fall back to if we have to decide to go back. But we are still thinking about it. If you make your money abroad and it's a lot of money, it is very easy if you can go back home and spend it. So then by then you have all the money and you can be happy and fulfilled until death comes. So we're still thinking about it. We're not sure what we want yet, actually. Are there some regret that you can boldly share with us? The regret of coming to the UK. The only regret I have is not coming on time. That is the only regret I have for the UK. Not coming on time. Of course, I've changed my job, and there are times I'm like, oh, I cry. I'm like, oh, why am I even here? But at the end of the day, again, you think about it, I'm like, oh, it's even worth it. It begins to feel like home, even though it can never be your home. But you get to a point where you start like, you've just gone too far, and there's no regret. The only regret I have is not coming to the UK long time ago, especially when I went to Dubai, went and spent years there before I now parabolated and spent all the money, took my family over, my children to Dubai and all the expenses, then I had to move again. That is my only regret. I've never regretted making the decision to come to the UK. I might have at some point when, things were hard when I first came, especially without my family. It was really, really hard. It was the most difficult decisions I've had to make. But with time, it just passed. It's just a phase. It's a phase, yes. Where do you stay? I stay in Scotland, somewhere close to Edinburgh, but not in Edinburgh. I'm in the countryside. Do you know anything about universities near you? Like what? What in particular? Not much. I don't know much about studies because I'm apparently not studying, though I will go back to study, but it's going to be online. So I may not know too much about studies in the UK. I know a little bit to some extent. How is job prospect right now in the UK? How do you handle racism at work and community? How is job prospect? Job prospect right now, because of the ongoing COVID virus, employers are not recruiting from especially countries that have got the virus and like that. Most of the African countries, there's a lot of question about employment. So, but basically what I asked my administrator, for my head office, what they said was the reason why they are not employing is because of the travel restriction. So jobs are still going on. People are still getting employed every day. So don't worry. People ask me, why am I so comfortable telling people how to come to the UK? I'm like, you can come to the UK and I will never see you till eternity. 20 years you've been in the same UK and I will never see you. Even somebody who is in the same town as I am, we may never see. So why would I not want somebody to come when the sky is wide enough for millions of birds not to even touch each other when flying? It's a big world. There's space for everybody. If you want to, why not? How do you cope with racism at work? Depending on what you call racism, it goes like, it's something that is going to happen one way or the other, either significantly or mild way. In my former job, I would say I had such experience where I know, oh, that thing the person has done is just racism. But it has never really, I've never had somebody come to my face and insult me or, no. But at work, I would say, maybe somebody who has got dementia. I've gone on my resident, I said, black face, and I'm like, have you got any problem with being black, or have you got any problem with blackface? Like, he's like, no, it's dementia. I can't remember what he said. So I don't take those things serious, except you come to my face, and if you face me, I will face you, as long as I'm not owing you. So racism is not even a topic I like to even think about. How do you cope with being a mother, wife, and a career woman in a country so demanding? I actually have a video I'm going to film because somebody also in my Facebook private chat asked me how I'm able to manage being a YouTuber, a mom, a wife, and working full-time in the UK. So I'm going to make a special video to address that exclusively because I can't finish. If I want to start today, if I want to start, I cannot finish. How do you handle your taxes and bills? I made a video about the cost of living in the UK, and I think I mentioned how I'm able to handle my bills. Your tax is automatically deducted, so that's not even your problem. Just have it at the back of your mind that your tax is not part of your salary. Don't look at your total earning, just look at what you're going to get if you're going to have hypertension. So I don't look at those things. My tax goes automatically before I even get my pay, so I don't need to pay by myself. It's being deducted by my employer. And my bills, most of my bills are direct debit, because I cannot make the mistake of owing or delaying, because it's going to affect me when I'm trying to get my mortgage. Your bank will automatically grant those companies access to take those money when it is the date. Even my rent, I know that I'm paying on so date, and that day just get paid. That's how I pay my bills. And other things are just minor bills. One person is still asking all these questions. What bank do you think will favor a new immigrant better? I hope I have not made you run. And I thought I said I'm not going to run. The questions are a lot, but I'm trying to address everything. The best bank, I would say, depend on where you're staying. When I first came, the first bank I know, because that bank also is in Dubai and is in a lot of countries, is HSBC, and that was the bank I started with. That was the bank I opened when I came to the UK. I will make a video about things you should do the moment you get into the UK, and opening the bank account is one of the things. And your employer most time will help you to open your bank account. So the first bank I opened was HSBC. It's in England, it's in Scotland, it's everywhere. It's not like all these other banks that we have back home that they will be deducting your money every day. They're deducting, you don't even know what they're deducting your money for. But banks here hardly deduct money. I don't know. I don't think they deduct my money. Even when you withdraw, it's free withdrawal. Actually, there's some banks that favors you when you want to borrow, when you want to buy your mortgage or take a loan from car. So there's some banks that are more profitable, depending on where you're staying. I opened that bank when I was in England, the first few weeks when I came. Then when I came to Scotland, the head office they have for HSBC is in Edinburgh. And I don't want to travel to Edinburgh every day if I have issues. So I opened Bank of Scotland, which is just in front of my house, 2 minutes walk from my house. There's a Bank of Scotland, and that is what I've been banking with. And they're also very good when it comes to mortgage. So I just talk with them. Depending on where you're staying, you don't need to bother about choosing where you want when it comes to banking in the UK. More about Head said, I noted that Nigeria and Ghana are no longer being recruited to NHS because they have been ranked as developing countries. Are you aware of this, and what is your advice? I'm aware of this, and I think I've addressed it initially. My advice is, go to those websites where you can apply directly. It even favors you. That means you're going to sponsor yourself most of the time, or if they agree to sponsor you, it is still good. Go online. Don't allow those rumors, don't allow those talk deter you from achieving your dreams. You've gone too far. You've gone so far for something to now stop you. People are still coming into the country. I'm in a group on Facebook that they snap pictures of everyone coming in every day, and loads of people are still coming in. So don't allow those little rumor or those little delay. Of course, you know there's travel restriction everywhere in the world right now, isn't it? So you cannot expect things to run as usual. Demand for nurses in the UK is still thousands. So don't allow that to bother you. It's going to pass. I think it's a phase. And this person said, how did you show proof of communication between you and your husband when applying for your visa? Because on WhatsApp, you only see missed call. I don't understand what the person was saying. And I told the person, I said, I don't understand. He now replied and said, I mean, do you apply for spouse visa to UK? The answer is no. I was the main applicant. My husband was the dependent. And it's not spouse visa he's on, or my children are. They are all on dependent visa. Tier 2 dependent visa. If yes, how do you show proof of communication? I don't know what proof of communication you're talking about, but the only communication I would say maybe IELTS, but my husband and my children do not need IELTS. It is only me who have to have IELTS to apply for visa. For them, there was no need for proof of communication. Or is it proof of marriage you're trying to say? Marriage certificates. I don't know what you really mean. I'm so sorry. Hi Gloria, can I take care of my OSCE exam by myself and only come to the UK for the training and exam? What OSCE training center do you recommend? What area in Scotland are safe and affordable to live? In Scotland, I would say is safe. I don't know much. I've only lived in few parts. Scotland is not a very bad place. I don't know. Maybe because I love Scotland. I hardly see something bad in Scotland. And can you take care of your OSCE by yourself? Yes, you can. You can. If you have the money, I always say, if you have the money, it's very good to sponsor yourself. You know that you're going to foot all the bills. And our training center, I will not be able to mention because I don't want to. The one I used if you message me my Instagram, I can tell you the one I used, or the one my company arranged for me or for us, the one my company uses when we're training for OSCE, and the man is very good. There are people who are ex-examiner, so they open centers to train people for OSCE. And if you message me privately, I can tell you the one I was referred to. Scotland is not too expensive. It's not too expensive. What are the likely questions? I've made a video about cost of living. If you watch that video, you can understand cost of living. What are the likely questions at the point of entry to UK, most especially for family planning to come together but will be living at different part of the UK, because the main applicant will be living in a shared apartment provided by the employer, and the employer is not willing to sponsor the family. What question do we expect from immigration officer at the point of entry? It's not a big deal, because you can decide to live anywhere you want, as long as you and your family, or you and your children, you have a space to stay, you have a place to stay when you get into the UK, and your landlord has allowed you to stay in that accommodation. It shouldn't be a problem. And if the person is going to a shared apartment, it is just because of the job. Explain to the immigration officer, if they ask you that he's getting a job and you're going with him, he's going to stay in the provided accommodation, and the company is not going to cover for all of you accommodation. You have to rent. It's still the same UK. You just need to travel. So that should not be a problem. And point of entry, I'm not even sure they will ask you any question. Did they even ask me any question? No. They didn't even ask my family any question either when they were coming. So I don't know what you mean by point of entry. If they suspect that, your movement is a bit questionable, they will invite you to come and talk. And they will only ask you, and just be sincere, say the truth, nothing but the truth. Say everything exactly the way it is. They're also human beings. I know of a couple, one is in England, the other one is here in Scotland, and she's fine. The husband is in England with a family member, and she's here in Scotland, rented a house by herself. The husband was not denied visa when he was entering. I don't think that should be a problem to you. And whatever question they ask you, just answer as it is exactly. Don't lie. That is the only thing. Just say it. Your husband is going to this place because of this, and you're going to the other place because that's where you're renting. That is it. You say that you're relocating to the UK is worth it. Explain. Will you advise someone with a good job in Africa to come? Will I say moving to the UK is worth it? It is 100% worth it. Don't get me wrong. There are some challenges, and you may be thinking that why won't she say so? Maybe she was a poor girl. I wasn't a poor girl. I was working in Abuja in a private hospital, and I was a big girl. I was a big girl. So moving also was not easy. So depend on what you want. Deciding to move to the UK depend on what you want, or deciding to move abroad depend on what you want. For me, from childhood, I've always known I would travel abroad. I've always known that one day I'm going to travel out of the shore of Nigeria, but I didn't know where I was going. Initially, it was Canada, then it was Ireland, then it was this, never US anyway, then UK was my last option, Dubai and the rest of it. So will I say it's worth it? Yes, 101% is worth it. And will I advise somebody who is having a very good job? If you're having a very, very good job that is secured, that is sure, is certain, 100% that nothing will go wrong, and you're able to invest, you're able to save towards your own future and the future of your children with that job, and in a safe environment, don't come. Just stay and enjoy your money. There's no reason to come, isn't it? But depending on what you want. For me, or for my family, we had different opinion. We didn't come abroad because we were looking for money. No. We came abroad because we wanted to come abroad. Maybe for the sake of it, but yeah, that's it. And there's tendency that one day we'll go back home once we've achieved this, the things we want to achieve. Home is still home. Nobody's going to pursue us. So it's better on you. I don't know what you want. Can just a registered midwife migrate to the UK? Yes, you can. But you need to take the midwifery OSCE. You need to take the midwifery OSCE, the midwife OSCE, not the general nursing OSCE. But yes, you can, as long as you're licensed, you're registered. It is just, the only challenge is it's a little bit difficult to get a sponsor directly from the UK, because midwives are not in high demand as general nurses are or adult nurses are. Even mental health nurses come to the UK as a mental health nurse, but just that the demand is not as high as the registered nurses demand. So yes, you can come and work as a midwife. Is it possible to come along with my spouse to the UK? Is it the best decision to make? And will it affect my coming in any way? It won't affect your coming in any way. Okay, you mean coming together at the beginning, no. I would say one of the regrets I had when I came to the UK was not coming with my family, because if I had come with my family, I would have had more support, because coming to the UK alone initially was a bit tough for me. I was spending more time phoning them than even preparing for my OSCE. You know, you have to read, you have to settle in. But another thing is, if you're coming with your family, you'll be ready to start the struggle together. You'll be ready to like look for the food that you don't know where they sell. So it was a little bit also okay that my family didn't come with me at first, because by the time they came, they just came to settle. I've already arranged the school. I had already bought everything. The whole house was set. They had their own rooms. I bought all the toys. The school was ready. They knew they were coming. And I've mailed them, I've gone to check the school out. Everything was ready even before they came. But if you're going with your family, you're going to support each other more through the tough time. And it can also be a little bit expensive. But apart from that, I don't think there's any side effect or any negativity to coming with your partner. Is the cold in UK the one that gives one sore throat and catarrh? Fortunately, no. It's very cold, but it's not the type that is very dry. There's a lot of water in the air. If you know the English name, type it down below. It is a bit moist. It is clean, cool. It's not the style that is harsh with sand that will give you sore throat. It's cold. Your nose may even be runny if you go out, and you may not feel your face. And it's not the AC kind of cold though. More cold than the AC, but I don't think it's that gives sore throat. I've not had sore throat since I came here, but if any other person has had sore throat, please comment down below, let me know. Will you love to move to US in future? If yes or no, what is your reason? US is a no for me. I've never loved the US. My husband does not object me traveling to countries, but not US. That's one country he has said, Gloria, we are not going to the US. I don't like the US, and I understand that, and I also don't like the US because I think I'm watching too many things about the US on the telly. It's too much thing, too many drama going on, and I like my quiet. One of the reasons why I also left Dubai was because it was too busy, everything is too much going on. I like a place that is like village, calm, quiet. US, I think it's too much for me. I don't know. I don't think I can take such big move again to the US. No. No US, please. Hi Gloria, good to know you have started your annual leave. It's so kind of you to have also made yourself available to us. Please, can you tell us about that process of purchasing a car driver's license? I have made a video, old video about buying a car driver's license, but if you want me to make another video, I can again. If somebody else comment down below, I can do it again. But I have a video about licensing, driving in the UK. It's not hard, it's very easy. But one tip I will give you now is, if you don't know how to drive at all, try to learn how to drive already before you come into the UK. Driving lessons are more expensive than driving test itself. So it's good if you have a foundation to build on. We are nurses with my wife. Do you think when we come there, we will be able to save one person's salary and use one person to cater for the bill? We have an 11-month-old daughter. What are the requirements of relocating with an 11-month-old? Or say she will be 1.5 by the time we are through with IELTS, CBT to UK. Do they pay for air tickets? Oh, you mean the child? The child can either be a lap child, or the child will get their own seat. And if a child is getting their own seat, the fee is usually very low. I think half the price or so. And if it's a lap child, you can put on your lap. I don't think you will pay, but please find out with your airline. I don't know. And saving one person's salary, 100% yes. Both of you are nurses, 100% yes. Even both of you are not nurses, safe. Yes, you can. If you're disciplined and you're a good family, responsible family that don't lavish money, you can 100% save one person's salary and spend the other one's salary. In fact, you may not even be able to even finish spending the other person's salary if you know what you're doing. Even if the person is not even a nurse, if both of you knows what you're doing, yes. Because there's a minimum wage, so you can't earn less than £8. There's no way you earn less than £8 per hour. So yes, you can. Hi Gloria, do you have an idea of how to bring one's husband's sister around age 12 to relocate to the UK? Unfortunately, I get this question a lot. Your dependents are your immediate family, the one you gave birth to your children, or adopted children. So you cannot just decide to bring like I was in Nigeria and I had a girl that was with me. She's my husband's family and she's like a sister. She's like my daughter. People think she's actually my daughter. I couldn't bring her because I know she would have loved to come, and I would have loved her to come because she will help me out. I wouldn't have bothered so much, but because you cannot, except at the point of applying, you listed her as your child, and you can prove birth certificate to say she's actually your child. You can change her name. Other than that, they will think you're coming to enslave the child. There's a very big law against child trafficking. Is it the word? about bringing people to the UK without having, like, why are you bringing the person? Are you bringing them to come and study? It's not like they're coming with study visa not because they want to be your dependent. They cannot even be your dependent because they're not your immediate child. I'm sorry, I don't know, I may be wrong, but that's all I know. How much were you paid in the very first month of working in the UK? I actually have a video I'm going to make about my first salary in the UK. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to make the video. I'm just looking for my pay slip. I can't find it yet. So when I find it, I'm going to show you. How much do you save after all the tax and the bills I saw in your YouTube channel? How do you want me to tell you how much I'm saving? I'm suspecting you. You're not supposed to know. How much I save is my personal business anyway. How are you coping with working, being a mom and YouTube influencer? Are you taking photography classes? I'm going to answer this question about how I'm coping. I've already said it in the beginning of the video. How I'm coping, being a mom, a YouTuber and everything. And I'm taking a photography class because I have no clue. If you look at my first video when I started, I'm even ashamed of myself. But the thing is, I'm one type of person that I don't give up. I just start that thing. Start that thing, no matter how terrible you are. I watched one of my videos from 1 year ago. I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? How did I even make this video? But hey, look at where I am today. I'm a little bit better. I'm improving 1% every day and I'm enjoying the process. So I'm taking photography class, which I'm also not serious, online. I'm taking videography class, photography class. I'm taking a lot of classes, weight loss class. I'm taking a lot of diploma courses online, but you can tune in whenever you want and tune out, so I'm not taking it too seriously. But I'm going to answer your question about how I'm coping. Are we coping? I don't know if I'm coping, but yes, I'm surviving. Anyway, oh my God, I was trying to talk very fast because the questions were a lot. I want to cover everything. I don't want the video to be too long so you don't click out. But if you're still watching up to this time, thank you so much. I love you. Please remember to just smash the subscribe button. Subscribe. Let us get to 2,000 subscribers. I can't imagine I'm talking about 2,000 subscribers on my channel. Please subscribe. Please, I'm begging you. Please. And share this video. The more you share, the more YouTube will know that, oh, people are enjoying this video, and the more they will help me to promote the channel, and I'll keep growing. We'll keep growing. Please, just keep subscribing. Keep dropping your comment. If I cannot answer you, I will let you know. If I can answer you, I will definitely do it. Please. I'm not too loud now because my children are sleeping, but you know we have to hustle. I love you so much. Take care. Stay safe. I will see you. Bye. I hope I answered all your questions. If not, keep them coming. I want more juicy questions, not nothing all the time. I know that's what is important to you, but I'll see you. Bye.